4 p.m. on Wednesday, still no permit, and I decided I need to move the rig because now everybody's gone, the restaurant is closed, so there's no cars, and I want to do a big loop because you see now there's to my right over there's an entrance to a towing yard, and now when I hooked up the truck I'm really sticking out, and I try to go backwards, but of course the booster just starts folding. So you see, and once I get the permit I have to go this way, right? So I have to be closer here, and the way I sit now there's usually a car parked over there, so I really want to be like maybe 10 meters back over there. Okay, so we're gonna do now, since there's no cars in the front of the building, I just checked, so I'm gonna do a wide loop, go around, and probably park somewhere here closer to that side, so I can, in the morning, let's say when I get the permit, I can just start driving. So let's go for a short ride. That's all I can show you guys, and that's why I haven't been making, you know, videos, because there's nothing really to show. So I've been just sitting in the truck watching YouTube and, you know, and movies, and going for walks in the morning. So this train is leaving the station temporarily. We'll be right back. But you see, yeah, now there's no people, right? So no cars, nobody's in my way, and I'm still learning how to handle this monster. All the wheels are spinning, we're doing good. Yeah, I see, like from this position it would be really difficult for me to, unless I want to brake the trailer at 90 degrees, but it would be really difficult to make this turn, and so that's why I want to be much closer that way. And this is also kind of like, you know, some training, right? In a controlled closed environment, because I'm still learning how this 3+2 acts on turns. But it seems to be moving pretty good, you know, it pushes the trailer sideways. Alright, here we have this cable over here. I think we should be okay. A short video for you this time, at least. I'm showing you how this beast handles. Man, this is really something, you know. Yeah, you see, these guys, they have an entrance from both sides. I'll probably just park in the same on the right there, but I'll stop sooner. And this is very exciting. We're doing 5 kilometers an hour. Just don't try this at home, okay? Professional driver, closed course. I see the wheels are just turning, just following me, which is perfect. So yeah, this way I can stop much closer. You see? This is perfect. So I'm gonna stop here somewhere. So this way in the morning. Oh, I'm in a perfect straight line. Probably somewhere here. So this way I can just go like that, and you see now I'm not blocking the driveway. And during this amazing run we were getting a amazing fuel economy, 172 liters per 100 kilometers. I know all NATO tank drivers are now very envious. Man. But anyway, there you have it. So this was a little bit of a yard driving, you know, training wheels kind of run, you know. And this restaurant, they already know me. In the, you know, in the morning I show up to buy coffee and I get some V8 juice, maybe water, and she doesn't want it. That lady in there, Mary, she says, "Oh, you'll pay me at lunch." And so because she knows me, and she says, "How long are you gonna sit here?" Like, not that they object, but they're just curious, right? I've been here since Thursday. And I said, well, I still waiting for some paperwork from MTO, right? And I said, I'll probably see you tomorrow again, because now it's already 3:31. So 3:32 p.m. Wednesday, which is like unbelievable. Like, my customer is freaking out. The customer who hired the broker is freaking out. And I said, guys, I cannot drive. It's over 1,000 miles. Like, what do you expect me to do? You want me to drop everything and drive 1,000 miles, basically bootlegging this monster load? I said, that's not gonna happen. And so I gave him, on advice from my friend, freight broker from Alberta, I gave my freight broker, I gave him the contact info for the MTO, Ministry of Transportation permit office. You know, it's a straightforward email address. You can just email them. Of course, you know, their responses are usually, it takes them a day to respond to email, or maybe a couple of hours, and then you'll hear something like, your application is in the queue, meaning it's still waiting to be processed, right? Or maybe eventually they'll say something like, your application is being worked on. And one thing I didn't tell my freight broker, because they would totally lose their marbles, but so now my application is in the queue, right? It's somewhere on the computer. Nobody has looked at it yet in 7 days. And the worst thing that can happen, and of course my freight broker has no idea about this, but I know from past experiences, if there's something wrong on my application, right? Like last time when I just started dealing directly with the Ministry of Transportation, I made some mistakes on the application, and then they make you to basically then they just discard your application because of the mistakes, and they make you to resubmit this. And what can happen is that when you resubmit your application, you're back at square one, and now you have to wait the same turnaround time. And I emailed them this morning. So basically 2 months ago, the turnaround time, the processing from the moment you submit your application till you get the permit, was 3 business days. 3, which is not too bad, but still it's ridiculous considered most of US and in other provinces in Canada, you can get a permit within a couple of hours, right? Like Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, I just call them on the phone, and it takes, sometimes you have to wait on hold for like 30 minutes, but then basically everything is done over the phone, right? Sometimes they have to do a review. You know, let's say if you're going on that bypass, I think around Regina, it always goes to the engineer for review, so then they call you back like in an hour. But if you don't want to go on that bypass, there's no review. She just takes your credit card, boom, done. And in US, I think at one point, I remember New York was changing their permit system, like the computer system, and they were so busy, there were so many applications, you know, in the queue, so to speak, because they were, you know, switching to this new system. And I think it was like five business days, you know, but that was like the longest ever I saw it in the States. Of course, you know, because I don't do those crazy 20-foot tall loads or, you know, 18-foot wide loads. Those can take like a month, right? So, but this, I'm not that long, I'm not that wide, it's just heavy, right? But again, heavy, what does it mean, heavy? This thing is only 110,000 pounds. So my gross is 110 plus 76, so basically 186. I'm not even over 200,000 pounds, which I know a lot of you guys were like, when are you gonna go over 200,000? Well, like even this is I need all my axles, right? Even 110,000. So I don't know, because a lot of these loads, that's the problem, that a lot of these loads, even though the weight is medium, like not too crazy, right, like this drill rig, but because of the absence of symmetry, so to speak, right, like the center of mass is all over the place, it's not in the middle, it's more to the rear, so you really need like 5 axles in the back, even though it's only quote unquote 110,000 pounds. You know, that's the problem with a lot of these loads. Or sometimes you cannot load them properly, and one side of your trailer is overloaded, so you have to have again more axles, you know. So, and that's the thing, like 120,000 pound load, yeah, if it's like a brick, you know, if it's shaped like a brick, 24 feet long, hey, I have no issue with that. But unfortunately, a lot of these super heavy loads, they have a weird shape, you know, like to give you an example, that crane, remember I was moving that crawler crane, yeah, 120,000 pounds. I said, okay, I got a 60-ton trailer. When do you want me to load? And the guy says, yeah, it's okay, for all you need is 24 in the well, 24 feet. So I show up there, and that thing is 48 feet long, and it has only 2 particular spots where it can sit on the trailer. And because of that, the whole thing was towards the back, and that's how it broke my booster, if you remember. So I had to, lucky for me, the JC trailer agreed to remanufacture, basically repair that booster, like the pin, that the swiveling pin just snapped. And so that's the issue. That's the issue, though. Some people think it's just, hey, you have a 60-ton trailer, you know, let's start moving 60-ton loads. But like I said, like for this, right, you would think 110,000 pounds. So in theory, you can do this with a 55-ton trailer, right? Because 55-ton, it can do 110,000 pounds and 12 feet. But this thing, yeah, a 55-ton trailer, usually all you get is 2 plus 2 or 3 plus 1 in the back if you're lucky, right? Actually, no, yeah, I don't think you can even, well, depending on the manufacturer, but 3 plus 1, but you can never get a 55-ton trailer with 5 axles on the back, like 3 plus 2. I guarantee it, because they will all manufacturers will say, well, if you want 5 axles, you'll have to upgrade to a 60-ton, you know. And that's the thing. So it's not easy. Okay, so 3:39 p.m. I keep my phone like at the arm's reach, you know. Yeah, so of course now I have the Samsung S21 as my sole single phone with 2 numbers. I really love this. Everything works. I see people call me, and I have 2 ringtones, so I see people call me, let's say from California, somebody's calling me, hey, can you move a container? Some lady says, we have a 40-foot container from California to Alberta, could you help us out? I said, RGN only. And I see that, yeah, that's one ringtone when they call my 609 number, and then there's another ringtone when people call my Canadian 226 number. So anyway, that's what's happening. Pretty much nothing is happening, right? So I hope you were as excited as I was to to do a circle around the truck stop. But yeah, this was cool, right? So there was one guy still there in a pickup truck, and so you see, like, beautiful, right? I repositioned the truck, so now I'm not in the way, and which gave me some practice a little bit with that booster. And over there I even walked quite a few times. I walked to the road, because that's Highway 11, right, going north, and it's 2 lanes, so divided 2-lane highway. But the good thing for me is that over here, when you enter, so I can go really wide, because there's another lane, like basically like acceleration lane, that stops at the bridge. But you see that overpass, right? So from here to the bridge, there's basically 3 lanes. And so that's, I think, so I should be okay. So basically I go like far to this side, and then this highway is crazy busy. Just wait for you know, opening where there's no vehicles, and then just put all my flashing lights on and just go really wide towards the dividing fence in the middle. And I watch my rear, make sure my wheels are not going in the ditch with all the grass. And then if need be, I can stop there under the overpass, you know, in that acceleration lane if there's vehicles behind me, and just wait, and this way I can just drive straight. And so yeah, since now it's Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday. I don't remember the restrictions in Canada, but Friday is July 1st, which is as big as July 4th in the States. So July 1st is Canada Day, like Independence Day. And so oversized loads usually one day before, right? Like, let's say at 12 noon on Thursday, they might say you have to park, you know. So since it looks like I'm not getting my permit today, so it's just ridiculous. So pretty much I'll probably be stuck here until next Monday, you know. And nobody's paying me for this. I cannot charge the customer because it's not their fault, it's not my fault. But they're freaking out because, of course, this is super expensive machine. You know, if you look at this from their standpoint, like, I have their machine ready to go, but I cannot deliver it, and so they cannot use it. So they're probably losing a lot of money, right? Because this was supposed to go, first it was supposed to go to a job site, but then they said, okay, we need to fix something on this machine. So instead of that job site in Regina, we wanted to deliver to our yard, which for me is good news, because they said the yard it's pretty big, because it's designed to handle loads like this. And so now I'm delivering to the yard, and they keep asking me, like, what's the ETA once you start moving? What's the ETA? And I said, guys, come on. You know, you have Google Maps, right? Just like me. So average speed 45 miles per hour in northern Ontario, because of all the lights and small towns. I said, so take the distance, divide by 45, it comes to about 4.5 days if I drive 8 hours. So 4.5 days, you know, from here to Regina. But at first they were saying why I didn't order the permit on the previous week, and I said I did not do that because the 2 months prior to this, when I was ordering, it was always 3 days. The turnaround was 3 business days, and then all of a sudden it became 6. Oh, and the bad news, the last piece of news, so this morning, right, again, I sent an inquiry to MTO, and you have to give them your name, your CVR number, like, you know, your basically like Canadian DOT number, when the application was submitted, your traveling date, you know, from where you're going to where. So I said Barrie, Ontario to Regina. So you have to include all that info, otherwise they will not respond. And so again, I did all that this morning, probably around 10 o'clock, and they said, please check our new processing time on our website, and they included the link. So I click on the link, whereas before, 2 days ago and 1 day ago, I kept checking, it said the current processing turnaround time 2 days ago was 6 days. Now I click on that link, it says the the current processing time is 8 business days. 8. Like, these guys, you know, I think they're going for some kind of a bad record, you know, like Guinness World's Book of Records, you know. So if I submitted the application Monday, right, so even if we're not counting Monday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, last week it was 4 days, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's 7 days. So today is day number 7, so which means that tomorrow's day number 8. I should get the permit, which is totally useless since Friday is July the 1st, the holiday. So no money is being made, and there's nothing I can do. Like, unbelievable. And that's what happens with these big loads, you know, big and heavy loads. Sometimes that you just keep sitting, and at least I have food, I have coffee, I have water, and I can just drop the trailer like I did before a couple of times, and I just use my truck as a personal conveyance. And there's a big shopping mall just what is it, like 13 clicks away, 8 miles, you know. There's a big grocery store, there's pharmacy. I went to buy some vitamins, some minerals. So yeah, it's not a bad spot to sit, but it just, you know, my patience is coming to an end, you know, after I've been here since Thursday, right? So that's your update. Thanks for watching.